Hello and welcome back to our little town Sleepy Hollow, as it is year 6 and well. First of all, we have survived 6 years. Isn't that nice? Second of all, we lost the woodcutter. That's just something that is really sad and we should definitely replace this guy. Well, the original one I guess is buried now, or I don't know if we do the ocean bringing to the dead, so getting them just into the ocean for the fish. I mean, it's a nice addition to the food, I guess. But no, of course, we've probably just buried them somewhere in the forest. However, we only have one worker left, and we do need to get this work here to the woodcutter. It's pretty important. We have firewood. We need to produce firewood. Winter is approaching. We have a bit of coal, but firewood, I think, is not enough. So we definitely do need to have someone here in the sawmill producing us that firewood there. I just hope that we get a few more bastards growing up so we can have more workers and more slaves, basically for eternity. Now, while that is happening here, we have a couple of things to do. First of all, we still have the riots. Yes, in my town hall, we still have those bloody people out there shouting me. Or are they cheering me? Let's just pretend they're cheering me and I don't have any pressure on my back. Let's just check this one here. Luxury goods. Yes, it's climbing from 24 to 31. Now, actually, it was 22 to 31. That is pretty good, but what I can see is the peasant luxury stock is down once again. Furniture is non-existent. Why is that the case? Let's just check this one. We do have the toolsmith, we do have the carpenter. He's got everything he needs. I think the tools running low is or might be one of these problems that those people can't really work around. Without tools you can't really work, you can hardly work. We got 6 more furniture up there, so that's something. Let's just hope that we can continue fixing this. I don't know when we reach the threshold, when they stop writing here, but I hope it's soon enough. Now, while we wait on all of that, first of all, we got some nice foggy day here in June. We do have some very important research now to do, and that is the gathering hall. This one upgrades the town halls to the gathering hall, which opens up more social policies. Additionally, allows the planting of wheat fields and apple orchards and the construction of ranches to herd chickens. So this is really opening up a lot of stuff. It's also making it possible for us to grow food on fields. Amazing. Let's get this one going. It's going to take a while, as we can see. This is not something we can research so lightly. By the way, it does take me 500 coin, 30 timber and 30 stone. We have all of that. Especially the coin is looking really good. At the same time, another trade should be finishing now. We're just importing some herbs here for a bit of coin. Herbs are really cheap. And as long as I lack the workers for herbalists, I'm just importing some herbs here and there. We don't consume that many of them. Looking at my toolsmith, I would really like to do some upgrading here and there. So let's just check this one. Furnace 2 coins, 160 iron and stone. Boom, there we have it. The furnace is now a bit more productive. We lost a bit of iron there once again though, but yep, that's the calculation. The carpenter needs more tools for that. We don't have that. And the iron mine is now working with 2 people. I hope no one here dies. There's the story fellows there that actually transport all of that. And we might still want to continue upgrading that. It does, however, cost me 300 coin just to go for the production building. That's quite a lot, actually. We are going to wait there until I have a few more taxes in. But this is a really nice bonus there to the iron, since we do need so much of that. And hooray, the research is done. The gathering hall is now in place. So there we have it. We do have now 6 influence available as a maximum. So we could actually go with another policy right away, since we were capped with the influence already. But it's looking good again. This is pretty cool. So we should also be having now the farms. And there they are. The orchard, the ranch and the crop field. These are producing us some juicy food then as well. What does it as well? Well, it opens up even more research, the gathering hall. So field crop allows the planting of flowers, tobacco, cabbage and carrot. Not really needed for now. And very important, the clay pit. We can afford it. And yes, I'm going ahead with the clay pit. We should be going for that because this gives us the clay. And with that, we can go with the pottery and bricks production. Pottery is another luxury good that my people want. Pottery, there it is. Clothes and furniture. About the clothes, we only have one tailor working there. He's got all the leather in the vault, that's a good thing, but he's not producing fast enough. Yes, if we had the people, I could definitely put in another another tailor here, but not for now. I also have no idea what's going on at the docks and why there's so many children running around here, going to the docks and back again. No idea, they're just going towards that building. There is a very strange fellow man looking around, doing some nasty stuff there, I guess. Who knows about that? He's got an oddly big house there for docks, but well, I guess everything is fine here. We could really get rid of this dock worker there if he's a bit too suspicious and do something else with him. We could send him to the quarry, for example, or for hunting. We only have one hunter at the moment, but we have enough food, so that is really not a big deal. The toolsmith is out though. Once again, we've lost someone. A lot of people are dying. I'm really sorry to say that, but we're stagnating right now with the population. We got 18 children though, so please let me grow up some of them, or let me see some of them growing up. There's still no one coming after them, so I think this is a bit slow here at the moment, because it really takes a long time for those guys to grow up, and when there's someone dying, the whole thing here collapses to me, right? So we do really have to adjust the jobs board all the time in order to keep the village stable there. This is a good feature, but what I don't like is that it's taking ages for them to grow up there. I would like to expand a bit quicker. I guess we're getting there, but just not so quickly. So one thing we could do that I'm thinking about to increase my population here would be a new research. Let's have a look at that. Immigration incentive. It is actually the next one here in my list. It does cost me a bit, but money is actually not so bad because I basically just waited a full year for something to happen. Since we're not getting enough workers there. I've just got taxes though, and we could use this to spend coins to urge immigrants to travel from the old world and join your town. 30% immigration rate. Let's go for this one. This might be a very cool thing to boost it. So this is going to be a policy. What we may need to make sure though is that we have enough free houses. Let's just check this one. We don't have any free houses at the moment. I think we should actually have something. No, we don't have any free houses. Alrighty, so building houses it is. That is my next target. By the way, we don't have any lumber right now. That's right. I'm trading some 100 lumber though that is coming in. Why don't we have lumber? I think that the forester hut, despite working really, is a bit too close to the town there, right? So that is a problem at the moment. I'm already reducing my stone workers because we have lots of stone and readjust them over here to the forester hut. There's 2 of them working now. We could go with the fertilizer. It's working at 118% right now. Let's upgrade this to the fertilizer there as well to speed up the tree growth here. But what we can see is that this whole part here, of course, is inaccessible to the forester hut, while this one here is working fine. But even then, we do have buildings here. So what I would like to do is, I'm not getting rid of this one here entirely, because this is a fully upgraded forester hut right now, and thus is providing us some wood as well. It would be a waste to get rid of that. I'm, however, building a second one that does cost us some lumber that I just don't have, but still we can do this. Up here we have lots of space. In fact, we do have lots of space around. This area here I should not use for it. Why? Because then we have fertile area. We can see that with the grass for the fields, right? So I don't want to have it where we have too much. There we have lots of forest, so here is actually a good location for it, just not so far away perhaps. There we have 100%. It should not be so far away, really. There we have 90%, right? Yeah, this is looking good. We could also have it down here, over here. This is looking fine, and it's a bit closer, right? So let's get us a forester hut just over there with 100% efficiency. Perfect. There we have it. What we need is a road to that. So let's go ahead, have our road getting all the way here to this forester hut. We might just also connect this one to the area, right? So this whole rock there in the center is now part of my town. The tunnel that is there, right? We can't use that, unfortunately, so I can't build the road through that. That would have been amazing. Very cool stuff, actually, but unfortunately, it's not going to work. This one, though, is now going to work. One worker we have available. This one is now trading it, and of course, in order to build it, we do need the lumber, so there it's coming in now. With the bit of coin we have, we are getting some more lumber here and the herbs. And what I could do is I could just go ahead and purchase another 100 lumber, because for now we do need it as long as my lumberjack huts are not fully working. I would also most likely go in here and have another boost for herbs. another boost for herbs is a good thing. So let's also purchase another 100 of them again. It only cost me 300, so we can afford that. Let's go ahead and import that. Right, lumber is there. Still no one growing up. We haven't had a single person now growing up for over a year. Speaking about slow growth. Now we have a bit of space, so I would like to use this area here. Now, by the way, I just love how the nights look, or the foggy time with the lighting. Really beautiful. Let's go ahead and get some buildings here up and running, right? So just beside my town hall, we have one house, and then I'm going to have another house just over here. And then we're going to have a look here with the road. So triple road, we continue with that along the major paths here at least. This one here, though, is no major path anymore, so we might then just stop with that and make it a double road again. Here we have the road still working for us. We can have some ornaments there if we want to, or we just have houses there, right? We could also just have houses here. That would work perfectly fine. Let's have a bit of a distance there. Nah, let's just build them here one by one. After all, this is the town center, so it should be a bit more densely populated. We have the depot here, so here I would like to have more industry buildings then, right? So once we are finished, a few more industry buildings would be fine, and here we continue with the core town, of course. First of all, though, these houses there need to be built, and of course that's going to cost us a bit. Let's keep this one here for triple roads for now, and later we might then do something else with that. Very nice. So that's something here. They are within the area still of the tailor there. This one here barely, but it should be fine. It should be fine. My lumber is going down real quick again, I guess because we have it being brought to my construction sites. We're also consuming a lot of lumber here with the sawmill. Let's see if we can reduce that. Reduced garbage upkeep is minus 15%. Sounds very good. And let's do it again with the coin that we still have to further reduce the lumber upkeep that we need. Because I think we're consuming a lot of lumber right now that is not really necessary. There we still have another optimization, 30% reduction. Very good to further reduce the amount of lumber we need for the carpenter. These upgrades are very, very important, right? So we do need to have as much of that as possible. Now, the other forester hut is having all the resources, perfect, and we should be able to start building that. We only have one worker, so it's taking us a bit of time, but I guess we're still getting there, hopefully. We do have these nice road signs. Why not? Let's place one here. Let's have some smaller ornaments here. Does it cost me anything? Oh, it cost me lumber. Alright, and we have beautifications. We have the flag posts here that we can still add to our town. But there's more beautifications coming up, and they're really just a waste of time there. We could have one here, I guess, beside the depot, right? Just beside that tree there, in the center there, but that's really it. Still, no one growing up. Perhaps it has something to do with not having enough houses. I doubt that, because people are still growing up, right? It wouldn't make sense to me to not have anyone growing up, and they're stuck at being children because I don't have enough housing. That wouldn't make sense, right? What would make sense is that they grow up nevertheless and are homeless and create a problem there for me, because I would have to create, or I would be forced in building houses. That would be much more fun and would make more sense, I guess. So I don't think that a lack of housing is the problem for people not growing up. I don't think so. It's definitely a problem for immigration rates though, right? So the less houses we have, the less immigrants we have. Speaking about immigration, we have finished that research. At least I think so. We have finished that, have we? Immigration incentive. Spend coins to urge immigrants to travel. It's researched now. Oh, I see. This is active now, I guess. Because it's not a policy. It's researched and it's working for us now. It should be like that. Yeah, it should be like that. So we should have that now. By the way, happiness is going really well again. So we are at 55 luxury goods. There's no more riots. We don't have enough luxury goods yet though, right? We're producing enough according to this statistic here, but I don't think it's really that enough. We'll just hope that the next one is coming in soon. The next batch of luxury goods, and especially also the next batch of workers, so we could use more on the clothes shop, for example, on the carpenter hut there. Winter it is once again. The gatherer shelter here is also not fully staffed. Yep, as we can see, lots of buildings are not fully staffed right now. That forester hut is completed. So this one is now in this beautiful area there. It has already a worker because the other forester, right, went over here now, is producing. So we could upgrade this one with, yep, improved access. Production is increased, and the fertilizers here to regrowth increased. Oh, and there is actually some people now coming in. Perfect. Though I can't see, I think I can't see if they are now immigrants or children, because we still have the same amount of children. Huh. I don't think that I can see if they went in with... my growth rate. At least my immigration rate went up, so to 94. Perhaps that is doing something, right? If it doesn't do anything else. But at least we got some people, and I think those houses are getting full then pretty quickly. The first one is filled already, the second one is filled. So those 3 houses we still have. As the town continues to grow, we have 3 workers. That is luxury. That is beautiful. We can use them right away. One of them for sure on the forester. And by the way, this forester here is being reduced now to only 1 maximum worker, while this forester here is now working with the full amount, right? So here we have then the expansion of the worker slot, and this guy can now work here as well, so that we get more trees, more logs out of it. And also growing those trees, those saplings. Of course you do that during winter. I mean, seriously, I guess we do that during winter. Alright, that's one thing. We still have 2 workers. I'm inclined to actually keep them workers for now, because they're transporting goods as well, even though the carriers usually do this. But the workers are also doing this, right? And they're also building. And speaking about building, we might just go ahead and continue with a few more houses, since for now we have the workforce. So let's finish this block of houses that we have, right? Have 2 more houses here, and then we can just finish this one with those roads. Right, so that we have another one fully working now. The firewood went down though, so let's have a look at my sawmill and my coal mine. The coal mine, is it working? The coal mine though is fully working. We might have another worker slot here. Let's do this and add another miner to this. Right, so 2 more miners there actually. I need to have them working there. Coal is more important than firewood to me, so we need to have more of that. And this guy here, production bonus increase for 200 coin. Let's also do this so he produces more firewood. And those guys now, those houses, they need of course insulation. So let's provide it to them. They consume less. Especially where people are living in right now. Stone houses of course would be an amazing next upgrade. Not for now though. Alright, for the firewood emergency, we could go ahead and purchase some firewood here, so 100 would be totally fine. Let's go ahead and do this. I could have sold some stone, but what gives? We're getting in the taxes anyway. There's no other edict that I could go for right now. No firewood in stock, and free workers is also low, but that should not be a problem. Food is fine, herbs is still fine too. Stone, we have lots of that. So far so good actually. I mean, we had quite some crisis now, but this seems solvable so far. At least it's March already, so it's not a big deal if firewood is out, right? Of course, during winter we consume a lot of firewood. 114 in the last month, and we only produced 45. And as we can see, in March it already equaled out again to almost the same. So it's really only a problem during winter, so we should stockpile some there. We got 2 more people coming in. At this point, I think it's immigrants, because we still have 24 children. So this is totally untouched for 2 years now, I think. Right? I don't think these people really grow up anymore. I think the only way of getting people is immigration at this point. It's fine, so we still get more people, but I would love for this mechanic to work a bit better there. Let's go ahead and have the road finished here. And visibility is not very good. April. While the luxury goods is continuing to go up, what is going down right now is safety. So we don't have enough safety in the city itself, and for that we have a building which is the watchtower. A safety within its radius provides that, but at a very high cost. It consumes firewood. Oh my god, no, please don't. It also consumes coins and of course another worker. So we do need more workers then, so this would be the guards that we have there. And then we could place it here. Now safety, what does it mean? Where should we have that? Probably as central as possible. I'm thinking about the depot here right there. We have lots of buildings in the surrounding. The radius unfortunately is not very big. We could still add another watchtower then over there, right? So instead of that sign. yes, we can squeeze it in for this area, and for this area I would like to have my first watchtower just beside that depot there. So let's go ahead and build it here. We still have one worker that is doing the job for us. And now we can also have that road here just behind the houses there, right? So let's just make this one a full road then as well. Now, stone, it still costs me, but stone we have a lot. About the firewood, that might be a bigger problem. We have the sawmill here still that we can still upgrade. It's expensive though. This one is pretty hard. And a worker slot we can still add to the sawmill though. I think we need that. I'm pushing a lot of coal right now, so coal is looking really good. The firewood though, yeah, especially during winter, I can't prohibit those guys to use firewood. So the only way of ensuring that I have enough is having more coal. I think they prefer coal over that. So let's just hope for the best here. Now let's just watch this one, the watchtower, as it is growing. We still have some room here. I would like to keep this empty and perhaps build a park there or something like that between my houses, or a park here between my houses and my industry. I think that makes a bit of sense there. Gosh, I love those signs by the houses. Looks really cool. Right, they're transporting quite a lot of stuff back and forth. Alright, and there is now the watchtower being built step by step. There it is in all its glory. It just needs a guard now. And there we have it. And just as I was placing this one, we also lost another gatherer. Yes, well, I have to wait there to get someone else again coming into my town, or someone growing up, even though we all know by now that is never going to happen. Now, this one, firewood. Oh, yeah, very good. Firewood and coal upkeep is reduced. That's always a good thing. Let's insulate that, the watchtower. And we could also upgrade it to guard house with some bricks. But that is far in the distance. We can't afford that yet. But at least that's that. And I'm hoping that safety now goes up a bit. I certainly don't want to build a second guard watchtower. Please don't let me do this, because it's just very expensive, especially because we lose, yeah, well, a worker, basically, that I don't have anymore, where we need them so urgently somewhere else. So far so good. Stay tuned.